completely mistaken, it is Pablondinas, and Pablondinas has been seen in numerous top cuts and also in the special event Utrecht final.
So let's take a look at the team that NiteTimeClasher brought here. We see here, another Talonflame.
He's running a Bomb Snow and Talonflame, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Icy Wind just helps in those neutral matchups. And it might be necessary against Pablondinas because Pablondinas is one of those players who brings harder meta. And Icy Wind just... yeah, let's take a look at the accolades here.
Look at this. NAIC top 16, Pittsburgh Regional top 8. You can basically control switch. So we're going to get this game started again. We see a Talonflame lead against the Shadow Gligar.
Yeah, this is a pretty neutral match, but we've seen this before in the previous matchup of Zweilers, where the Talonflame won this matchup by very, very low amount of HP. Yeah. So let's see if that was dependent on the HP of the Talonflame, right? The HP stat and the defense stat. Because maybe Gligar can win the 2 shields here.
That is a very, very good point, Martijn. The Gligar is pacing very, very quickly to those aerial A's. Now we're going to see a Flame Charge.
Yeah, Flame Charge will boost the Incinerates here and deal more damage on that Gligar. Going for optimal timing on the area Ace from Pablondinas, and we see another shield coming up from NiteTimeClasher. He may have watched the previous battle.
And we have seen something very, very cool, which was visible how a charge attack. Oh, we are going to see a catch right here. This is a Flame Charge, a boosted Flame Charge already on the Lickitung. That is a very interesting catch because this does not deal too much damage, but before you get to the next body slam, you're going to take so much damage. Wow. And we're going to reach the... Oh, we're going to go for a catch as well here. Bomb Snow is now facing the Lickitung. We're going to see a body slam before there can be an Icy Wind.
Yeah, unable to catch the body slam actually. However, still has all that energy on the Talonflame, and it will be so useful for the Charger Bug later. I thought that he was going to swap into the Annihilate, which has super effective counter damage. However, probably doesn't want to... Maybe thinks that Pablondinas is trying to bait out the Annihilate for potential Vigoroth in the back, but it is the Charger Bug.
And I also like that NiteTimeClasher went for 2 Incinerate, because in this matchup, if the Lickitung is swapped in, you're going to be behind 1 charge attack anyways. And if you're just taking those 10 turns of 2 Incinerates and put them on the Talonflame, you can swap into the Bomb Snow and you still just barely get outpaced to another charge attack.
Yeah, exactly. This item is actually going to help a lot to get to another charge attack. However, this also means that the Charger Bug gets more Volt Switch in. Here you get to the next Icy Wind. Yes, you barely get there. This is huge!
Yes, we're going to see another Icy Wind on the Charger Bug, and Pablondinas is slowly but surely losing HP on every single Pokemon. You have to use your shields at some point. 1 shield is left, but both Pokemon are deep in the red, and then there is Annihilate coming in, not carrying at all. We're going for a combo play as well. Talonflame is going to throw the fly here. What is Pablondinas putting it all on?
Yeah, got a shield and attack at last. Yeah. This Gligar has some energy, but I'm not sure if it will be enough here. It will take out the Talonflame, but you need to get to another one on that Annihilate. I believe Annihilate already has 1 or 2 counters, so it might be able to outpace here barely. Yeah, it has 3 counters there and is able... Oh, but NiteTimeClasher is not throwing. This will do a lot of damage here, Leo.
Oh, is this going to knock out or just barely not? Aerial Ace is going to connect. It puts it deep in the red. The counters are adding up. We are very, very low on the Annihilate. We're going for the charge attack priority. The Shadow Ball is going to connect. The charge attack priority is won by Annihilate, and NiteTimeClasher wins game 1.
Wow, what a fantastic game. Shadow Ball coming through, knocking out the Charger Bug, and that's 1-0 for NiteTimeClasher.
Wow, that was closer than it should have been on that NiteTimeClasher's end.
I didn't expect that. Probably also because he let that area ace through. But if he didn't take the area ace there, then Pablondinas may have gotten 2 discharges, and that also
get the farm down. And this second Icy Wind was just way too much for him. Here we're going to see the replay of this matchup that we have seen so often today, and the catch of Lickitung, which cost Lickitung so much HP in the end.
Yeah, because the Talonflame could just get more Incinerates, boosted Incinerates, and NiteTimeClasher in the end kept that fly, which allowed him to throw quickly into the Charger Bug or the Gligar here, and yeah, that put Pablondinas in such a tough spot, who kept all the shields for the very end.
Perfect execution right here from NiteTimeClasher. Limit testing, you can't really call it testing anymore, but just playing to the absolute limit of your own Pokemon. That is what the best trainers are made of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sure, Leo. Sure. If it's a sentence in your head, we'll make it work. Anyway, 1-0 right.
The next match already. And this is such an important call from Pablondinas, saying the Abomasnow will be in the lead. I'm playing Gligar and Altaria in the back.
Wow, well, he's very happy to see the Abomasnow here. Trying to catch the X-Scissor that would have been double resisted, but fails to do so. In comes the Gligar. A very quick swap from Pablondinas, able to get to the areas before a Shadow Ball's even launched. Is this going to knock out? Do you even get to the Shadow Ball here, Leo?
Oh, this is going to be really close,
Whoa!
but it hangs on! Pablondinas already shakes his head knowing, oh, I needed that to knock out.
All right, in comes the Shadow Ball. Here it comes. It's going through, Leo. Boom! Massive damage.
And now Annihilate is still knocked out, so we're going to go into the Abomasnow. We're getting some energy because those Powder Snow dealt way too much damage to be a big farm down, but those wing attacks also added up, so it puts it into X-Scissor range.
Yeah, exactly. So a little bit of an offset there. On the other hand, though, you have more energy on the Abomasnow, immediately debuffing the Charge Bug and a no-shield from Pablondinas. I find this so risky because if Abomasnow lands on that Altaria, it's over.
Yeah, but we already have 2 X-Scissors. This is going to be, oh, NiteTimeClasher knows.
Yeah, he knows. He knows. He needs that Abomasnow. It's too important for him. And we see from NiteTimeClasher the Wish Catch. Oh, catching the X-Scissor. What a tremendous play. Preserving the HP on that Abomasnow. This is a huge play from NiteTimeClasher. However, what do we see in the back here? We see the crucial answer here that Pablondinas has. The Altaria, which resists everything that this Wish Catch can throw at it.
Altaria Gligar backline is also something that I would have not called as a player right there. And now you're actually giving the Altaria the opportunity to gain so much energy that the matchup versus Abomasnow, it's actually relevant then. You have play.
I think you're just going to Dragon Breath this Wish Catch down all the way. Even with the debuffs, it doesn't matter. Sky Attack is super effective on Abomasnow, so the energy on this Altaria will be so good. Another debuff. I think that this Wish Catch will get to another Skull. But I don't think it matters, Leo. You will still survive this as the Altaria.
The question is, do you actually take another Powder Snow? We are starting to shield here because we are considering that one Powder Snow would knock out and we would lose so much energy. We're both at 2 shields, but Pablondinas is at 4 charge attacks.
4, almost 4. He has a lot of energy. But here comes the first Sky Attack. You gotta shield this as NiteTimeClasher. He's now at the Ice Wave, but there's still a shield on Pablondinas' side. Oh, another catch! My goodness, these players are just catching all over the place. And now the Altaria still is alive there. However, the problem here is, though, can you get to more energy? No. Pablondinas still has that shield, gets to a Sky Attack here, even goes for optimal timing, and I think this Sky Attack might be enough. Pablondinas, Altaria, Sky Attack's coming through, super effective on the Abomasnow, and that's a 1-1 score.
Wow, how could Pablondinas, that was the bravest call that I have seen today. Maybe also tied up with Emmy Weedle going to bring the Skeledirge against 4 negative matchups. That was also really cool, but bringing Shadow and Ice type against...
And look, we ever see the replay. This Aerial Ace does a lot of damage to the Annihilate, but NiteTimeClasher knows his Annihilate. Barely lives at a 1 HP. You see Pablondinas shaking his head. Maybe wasn't sure if he would survive that Shadow Ball on the Gligar, but it constantly took it kind of. However, then the Gligar didn't get to an Aerial Ace.
That's true. Imagine how dominant this matchup would have been if this Aerial Ace.
Not a catch here on the Wish Catch from NiteTimeClasher. This was a great play, preserving the Abomasnow, the most valuable Pokemon that NiteTimeClasher has. However, it was not enough. Altaria was able to get so much energy on the Wish Catch and then launch it all. And look, another catch from Pablondinas. Definitely making up for that Ultra final,
Also a catch with a Volt Switch sneak through. It didn't matter in this scenario, but that is also really, really devastating when it comes through and matters. That is a huge, huge play right there. But I think he just...
Game number 3, NiteTimeClasher versus Pablondinas.
And we're having a positive lead for NiteTimeClasher, and that's always really, really dangerous already. We're going to save swap Lickitung and bring the Abomasnow in there. So not having Abomasnow on Altaria or Shadow Gligar, but still in a rather positive matchup. However, this time he swapped immediately, so he is still getting outpaced by the Lickitung.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking? NiteTimeClasher is again predicting the Vigoroth in the back, trying to bait out the Annihilate with the Lickitung. And for that reason, NiteTimeClasher bringing in the Abomasnow into this Lickitung instead of his Annihilate. Now, little does he know, it's the Gligar in the back. So Abomasnow in the back would have been really useful.
The Charger Bug is looking decently strong against the Annihilate of NiteTimeClasher, to be honest. So I want to see the gears shift here. I want to see how this game plays out. This is going to be a really interesting one.
Yeah, exactly. This does help the Ice Wind, right, in this neutral matchup, because the attacks from the Lickitung does way less now. That allows Abomasnow to win the even shields here. Now, he already has used 1 shield. This Lickitung, the Body Slam will now not knock out.
Yep, and then we are going to probably not see a farm down because it will put it relatively in the low. You can farm up a little bit more just to make sure that your opponent is going to get not a lot of farm on your Bomber Snow. You will definitely not reach another attack with this.
Yeah, exactly. Lickitung goes down, in comes Charger to get that Volt Switch, which is actually pretty important because we've seen before, an Accessor does actually a lot of respectable damage on this Wish Cache, and you get it off before you even get a Skull from the Wish Cache on.
Yeah, now this Wish Cache looks like the solution for all of the problems that NiteTimeClasher might have. Pablondinas is not even switching out the Charger Bug in this matchup, which is usually a catastrophe for a Charger Bug. But there's also the Shadow Gligar in the back of Pablondinas, which is looking good with shield advantage, but it is looking even better against the Annihilate.
Yeah, we see the attack drop there. This is so good. And oh my goodness, the simultaneous swap, but it's the Annihilate into the Gligar, and Gligar has 2 shields.
Gligar has the shield advantage in this dream matchup for Pablondinas, and he is immediately shielding, knowing, hey, maybe my only lose condition is non-shielding a Shadow Ball right here.
Oh my goodness, nice. Can we get the boost? Yes, he gets the boost! Oh, this might be crucial, Leo!
Wow, the Gligar still only, wow, we are going to let the boosted Night Slash go through. Pablondinas has so much energy, so I think he's still going to be able to knock out this Gligar, but this might change anything.
That's a very smart no-shoot. Even despite getting the boost, he still recognized the damage he would have done, and NiteTimeClasher is letting this aerial ace go. Now it's Wish Cache against the Gligar and the Wish Cache. It's going to be very tough for NiteTimeClasher.
Yeah, it's Shadow Wish Cache against the world right here. Shadow Gligar has a lot of energy. Use the aerial ace already, and now we're going to throw a mud bomb. Absolutely no charging it to know, hey, I have to get this shielded anyways. If this goes through, I lose this. So we're going to farm up even more. The aerial ace is going to deal some damage. There was no debuff right here. This is going to knock out.
I think this will almost knock out. I'm not sure if it does. It is Shadow on Shadow, and yes, Leo, you are right. It does knock out. Pablondinas is defending Europe from NiteTimeClasher.
Pablondinas wins this again. He has been dominating the European tournament scene, and I think this might be the tournament where he finally gets this big win that he wants.
Yeah, in this matchup here, right? We see here the Talonflame into that Gligar here. The Incinerate boost just do so much damage here, and Pablondinas actually caught on the Lickitung there, and we saw that the Incinerates just add up there, and then we see later the Annihilate into the Gligar, swapping into the Talonflame immediately and throwing the Fly here.
Yeah, Pablondinas maybe thinking he had more energy, he could go for a possible combo play right there, or just hoping that NiteTimeClasher's timer wasn't up or doesn't come up with the fly combo play there, but it definitely did that.
Yeah, barely leaving the areas here. So important to get to that knockout here, and then coming out with the Shadow Ball. Pablondinas shaking his head, knowing, man, that's tough. Here, going for the Shadow Ball in that game number 1 to lock it up and, you know, get the lead here against Pablondinas. At this point, NiteTimeClasher thought he was in a good spot.
We thought so too. The Bomber Snow looked absolutely phenomenal in game 1.
Right, and here in game 2, we see another aerial ace on another Annihilate, and in this case, again, the Annihilate lives again! We see Pablondinas shaking his head again! The Shadow Ball goes through, but it was not enough to knock out the Gligar.
How many times does Pablondinas need to land an aerial ace on the Annihilate to realize that this is not going to knock out?
Yeah, and here we see the catch in game number 2, the first catch on the Wish Cache from NiteTimeClasher, but he was only met with the Altaria afterwards, which got so much energy here. We see the Sky Attack, and then Pablondinas made a cheeky play, catching on the Charger Bug. Wasn't necessary, but it was there. It was a good play.
He wanted to clear the 1 debuff he already had on the Altaria, and he wanted to get the Icy Wind out of the way so he isn't debuffed, because the Sky Attack of Altaria isn't the most offensive Pokemon. So if you are double debuffed against the Bomber Snow at this range, I don't even know if it knocks out necessarily.
Perhaps not. It is a regular Bomb Snow after all, not a Shadow one. And here, the simultaneous swap in game number 3, devastating for NiteTimeClasher. He was predicting Vigoroth in the back, but it was Gligar. And Gligar, at the very end of game number 3, swept the game for Pablondinas, getting the score to 2-1.
And then we also saw the boost from NiteTimeClasher. And we thought this might turn things around. But Pablondinas, he wasn't phased. He just knew there's a Night Slash coming. Yes,